Hey everyone, Kain here back with a new video, and today we won't be reviewing any new toys. I've already reviewed these toys so you can go check them out. Today I thought of doing something different. Today we will be ranking the Fantastic Four First Steps Marvel Legends figures from worst to best, and then we will be placing them on the MCU shelf. So just before I start ranking them, I want to talk about how good this movie was. People say it's the first good Fantastic Four movie, even though I disagree. I like the first Fantastic Four movie that we got with Jessica Alba in it. But this one was pretty fantastic. It was better in every way. I have my issues with the movie. I even have issues with Pedro Pascal being Mr. Fantastic, which I wasn't that happy when we first got the fan cast. But now that he's in the MCU, we have to get used to it. And he did deliver well in the movie. So, yay Pedro. And also I'm very tired of seeing him everywhere. He's in Marvel, DC, Star Wars, Game of Thrones, Gladiator and whatnot. Yeah, I didn't like Mr. Fantastic that much in the movie. Talking about his powers, of course. His powers weren't utilized that well. But except for that, I loved the movie. I loved Galactus. We finally got a live action Galactus who's not a cloud. So that was amazing. And July 2025 was a fantastic month for movies. I mean, we got Fantastic Four, we got Superman, we got Jurassic Park, Jurassic World Rebirth. And yeah, I have toys from all the four movies, all the three movies, and we even got F1 in the same movie, which was again such a good movie. And yeah, I heard that the actor from F1 is going to be playing Black Panther in the MCU. So yeah, I'm excited for that. So just before I start ranking them, let me tell you that I haven't, thought about it before ranking it. I'm ranking them on spot, on the go. So yeah, whatever I say is just what I'm thinking right now. Okay, so fourth place goes to Sue Storm right there. Don't get me wrong, I love Vanessa Kirby and Sue Storm from the movie. She's such a perfect casting and her role was so well done in the movie. But if we talk about the toy, guys, we really don't have a lot going. We got two extra hands and that cool invisible effect, which is, I mean, look at this. If I place it right here with my blue lighting in the room, she actually goes invisible. And you can use this on a hand and a feet. That face sculpt is fantastic. It actually looks like the actress. But yeah, my big problem with this figure was the lack of accessories. And yes, I wish, I've said this in my previous video, you can watch it. I wish she came with a baby. I mean, her baby, Franklin Richards, or the robot. But I think the baby makes more sense. Yeah, I wish she came with that. It's not like they didn't give her the baby because they were avoiding spoilers. The baby was teased in every promotional artwork, poster and the trailers. So yeah, there's no secret there. I wish she came with a baby. That's my only reason she's the lowest on the list. Third figure goes to... oh my god, this is so tough because all of them are such amazing figures. But third figure goes to my boy Johnny right there. I know. He's like superb and fantastic, but yeah, if I have to go with these four, Johnny, yeah, I'm sorry, you're coming third place, boy. So if you're talking about the Johnny Storm figure in his human form, yeah, that's the last one from the wave, which I like. And yeah, that figure, it doesn't look like the actor at all. In fact, this face sculpt right there on fire looks more Joseph Quinn than that. And that figure didn't even come with any accessories, which sucks. I mean, you get this two light flames but nothing else, so that sucks. But yeah, this figure is fantastic. I mean, if you have it, you know how amazing this is. You can just shine your light through it and this figure just looks fire. And you got that gradient fire from his head, his shoulders and his feet and toes. I feel really bad putting him third on the list, but that's because of the other two figures that are coming. I really don't know. The only con I have with this figure is the shoulder piece, which you can remove if you try to. But yeah, except for that, I love you, Johnny, but you're third on my list. Second place goes to the thing right here. Yeah, Ben Grimm. I'm sorry, I just unboxed you last week, but yeah, man, if I have to go with just four, yeah, someone has to come second place. And it's this figure, this beautiful figure, bulky, heavy, and fun to pose. I mean, he does fall in certain poses, that's because of his weight, but he looks so fantastic. I mean, if you zoom into his eyes, you can just see the paint detail in his eyes, his blue eyes. And the rock is not just orange, they've done some dry brushing through which you can see how beautiful this figure is. And yeah, I'm sorry, but bro, you're second place for now. Which leaves us to the first figure and one and only figure, Mr. Fantastic right here. Mr. Fantastic right here. I mean, listen, I know I said pretty bad things about this character, but how can you hate the figure when he comes with something like this? A bendy wired hand. And it was so fun to pose it with. Like, I don't know, I was having too much fun with this figure and with this accessory. If you've seen previous Marvel Legends, Mr. Fantastic, he hasn't been coming with the greatest accessories. It's just those huge long fingers. But these hands that they've given us is truly a blessing and such a fun pose, such a fun thing to play with. And yeah, I love that they give us this. And yes, Mr. Fantastic, you're number one on my list. So that's my ranking for this wave. You can comment down yours. I know I don't have a Silver Surfer, but if I did, she'd come somewhere between 2 and 3. I'm sure about that. And this is such an amazing wave of figures. One of the best waves to come from Marvel Legends last year. Thank you, Hasbro. And yeah, I'm glad I got all 4 of them after searching for them. I'll do link all these figures in the description below. I got each one from different places. I got Ben Grimm from bigbadtoystore.com. I got Mr. Fantastic from Fat Cat Collectibles. And I got Sue and Johnny from EB Games, Australia. My cousin got it for me. So thank you, And yeah, that's all for me. Now it's time to place them on the MCU shelf. And don't worry, the toy reviews will be continuing next week. I still have that mystery figure to unbox. If you guys can guess who this character is, do let me know in the comments below. And I'm also searching for a Sentry and US Agent 2-pack from Marvel Legends from Thunderbolts. If you can find it, do let me know in the comments below. I found one in Fat Collectibles, but it's currently 7,000, which is too much. I'm thinking of buying it for a much lower price. So if you do know, do let me know in the comments. And stay tuned for the next toy. So for all those who have been following me on my Instagram, they already know that this is my Marvel Legends display. I have been collecting these figures since 2017, I guess. Yeah, since 2017. And yeah, the collection is growing. If you can see, it's a little dusty. I do have to clear this area and clear my figs. Tell me, how do you guys wash your figs? I usually just put them in normal temperature water and take a toothbrush and just brush them a little, not too harsh. But yeah, tell me, how do you do that? I want to clean my figs. And yes, so this is my MCU collection. If you notice, the main Avengers are in the center. You've got Hulk, Captain America, Iron Man, Black Widow, Thor, and Hawkeye. I'm looking for the Hawkeye show version of him. If you know it, I can buy it from, do let me know. And then besides Thor, you have Rocket and the Guardians. So the entire idea of the shelf is you got your space section to the left, which is Captain Marvel and the Guardians and Thor. And to the right, you've got your mixed section. You've got Spider-Man. I'm going to buy a few grounded heroes like maybe Punisher and a few other street level heroes to keep here. You've got Shang-Chi. You've got your Wakandans, Black Panther and Shuri. You've got your Magicians, Doctor Strange and Wanda. And you've got an Iron Man, Rescue, War Machine, Vision, and a Giant Man figure. And you've got Falcon there like an angel. Yeah, so the left side of my collection is space. So I'm planning to put the Fantastic Four there. They are currently lying on the bed on my shelf. Yeah. So we're going to check some good poses to pose them in. And we're going to then pose them on the MCU shelf. So I went on Google and Pinterest and found some references on how people are posing their figures. I love how Johnny and Ben Grimm are here, but we can't do that. Same with Mr. Fantastic. These people have clearly used a stand. We can use Invisible Woman though. I love that pose here. So if you go to the next image, I love how Mr. Fantastic is running and Ben Grimm. If I try posing Ben Grimm like this without a stand, he's going to fall because of his weight and even drop other figures. So let's go to the next picture. And the next picture, I really love this picture, how Invisible Woman and Mr. Fantastic are posed. But we don't have the extra torso and stand, but we can use Ben Grimm's pose. I'm so tempted to recreate this pose on the shelf, but it will clearly not match the vibe of the shelf because everyone else is an action pose and this would just look too out of the box. So I'm going to stick with an action pose. So after a lot of posing, these are the final poses. Johnny Storm, of course, he's flying because he's flamed on. And then we come lower. I've kept Sue Storm in a defensive position using a invisible effect. And Ben Grimm in a punching position. And you have Mr. Fantastic in the center, stretching his arm as the team leader. And this is the Fantastic Four pose that is going to go on the display. And there we have it, guys. The Fantastic Four is on the MCU shelf. They look fantastic with the white lighting, of course. I love how their suits are just popping out compared to the rest of the shelf. I mean, it's mostly just red and black. And these are blue uniform suits. And I love how Johnny Storm is just shining because it's translucent and the light is shining over it. And yeah, they look fantastic. I tried my best posing them. They kept falling, especially the Thing, because of how heavy he is. Once he fell, he even dropped a few other figures from the other side. But this looks fantastic. I just love how this has turned out, and I'm glad I got all 4 figures. I'm still expecting to 3D print a Herbert so I can keep him right here. And I don't think I'll wait for Franklin Richards when we get a toy. But this set just looks fantastic. I'm glad I started collecting these, and I still have a few more to collect. And this is my MCU shelf, guys. Thank you for watching. Jesus loves you. Goodbye.